Right. What's up, everybody? Professional wrestler Chris Wilde back with another live video. No, this isn't a Carside confessional. It's been a really busy and crazy day for myself. Excuse this adjustment. So I'm doing it right before I go into the gym because we have some injury news to talk about. And I feel like it needs to be talked about instead of just posting a picture up on the community page. For those of you that haven't already heard, Eagles wide receiver, first round pick Jalen Reagor is probably going to be out about 7 weeks. That's after the Eagles bye due to a thumb injury, the same thumb injury that put out Drew Brees last year for about 5 games. Man, this is concerning to me in a lot of different ways. Also, as you saw by the thumbnail, Alshon Jeffrey, to me, he needs to hurry up and get back. He becomes a need for this team, I believe. Call me crazy, call me, typical Philly fan, but this team definitely needs Alshon Jeffrey in the lineup right now. And maybe this is a guy that they've been missing all along. Obviously, he's not fast. He is a guy that Carson can have confidence in, that can catch the ball, that has made game-winning catches in the biggest of moments. It's time for him to get back, man. There was talk of him being able to play in September. Obviously, they're not going to activate him for the Cincinnati game. He didn't practice today. But when you go into the Niners next week, I think that's Monday night game, you need Alshon Jeffrey on the field. You have to. Because the Eagles are very, very thin at wide receiver right now. Deontay Burnett, I'm guessing that he's going to play on Sunday. Now, I talked to my Carside Confessionals yesterday about wanting him in the lineup anyway for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Obviously, Whiteside's still going to play as well. John Hightower should have more of a role now that Reagor is out. Hightower's fast. I got a lot of belief in the dude. He is a rookie, though. Other injury notes today. Again, and this injury stuff is very annoying. But it's going to happen. And look, man, I got to tell you, every team is dealing with it. The Giants lost Saquon Barkley. The Cowboys have a bunch of injuries. The Washington team lost their name. I mean, look, the teams in the East are definitely going through injuries, and it's league-wide. We've seen big names. Christian McCaffrey, who was on my fantasy team. I was having the best 2 weeks of fantasy that I probably have ever had, and McCaffrey gets injured. So, I mean, it's hitting me all over the place. As well as the NFL. Fletcher Cox today has an ab injury, an oblique injury. They're saying he's day-to-day. Again, you can't trust the Eagles with these day-to-day or week-to-week designations because you just never know. A day-to-day can mean that he's not going to play for a couple weeks. Hopefully, he'll be back for the Cincinnati game. Rudy Ford, who's been pretty good on special teams, looks like he's going to miss some time. Deshaun Jackson and Malik Jackson both had rest days. Look, I'm fine with that. You got these older players, especially a guy like Deshaun, and we're definitely going to need him with this Reagor news. And hopefully they can get him more involved in the game. But he had a rest day. Malik had a rest day. Another injury that's just annoying to me, Corey Clement out with an illness, guys. I don't know about you, but my confidence in Corey Clement is probably at an all-time low. It really is. Here's a guy, I'm telling you, and I talked about it yesterday when we were talking about J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and other guys to step up. I'm telling you right now, I would look at Elijah Holyfield or Killins. I give some guy another shot at that third running back position. Because Corey Clement has just not done anything for this team in 2 weeks. Again, it's only week 2, but with no preseason, no offseason, this team's got to get it together. What's up, Birdman? Man, it's just been a tough, Birdman, it has been a really, it's only Wednesday, and it's just been a tough week, man. Just for me, personal stuff going on, and then all this Eagles stuff. I feel like I never wake up to good Eagles news, ever. I work midnights, so when I go to bed around 9:30 in the morning, wake up around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm telling you, it's just it always seems to be bad news Eagle-wise. Today was the Jalen Reagor stuff. Isaac Seumalo the day before that. It's just one thing after another with this team. Struggling. I think the fans are struggling. I really want to bring some positivity. Vernon Anderson, what's going on, man? I really want to bring some positivity to the fan base. I really do. Yesterday I posted the Angry Allen video, which is kind of I like doing those videos because it's kind of it's a parody. It's lighthearted. It's kind of funny. Like that character represents what I hear on WIP or what I see on Twitter. Just some kind of the overreactions that Eagle fans have, which sometimes are warranted. I mean, if you look at some of the stuff that Allen said yesterday, some of the stuff is true. Berman says, I can't believe this is a nightmare, bro. The season is a wash. We have no choice. I'm not ready to call it a wash yet, man. And only because, well, there's a couple reasons. This is another season where this division is just bad. It's just bad. There's an extra playoff spot. So, if the Eagles gel a little bit later on in the season, it's not all for lost. Now, if they lose Sunday, it's going to be really, really, really tough. I mean, really tough to get out of that hole. That's going to be something that if Doug Peterson is able to get out of, I mean, it secures his job for a little while. But look, I'm telling you right, and this is, I'm probably not going to be on here long, guys, because I do still have to go and get this workout in. Obviously, with wrestling, it's important. But I don't want to dig too deep into the Cincinnati game yet, but they're not a really bad team, man. If you watch that Thursday night game against the Browns, I mean, Joe Burrow is a rookie, but, man, the dude's got a set of balls on him. They've got some playmakers. I mean, the team doesn't look like they're ready to quit, does the Bengals. So it's going to be tough for the Eagles, for this Eagle team. It's not going to be easy. They're going to need all hands on deck, guys. Appreciate everybody watching right now. If you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or the like button. If you feel like hitting a super chat, that'd be awesome to donate to the channel. I feel like we might need to donate to the Eagles medical fund at this point. For us as Eagle fans, this is just, it seems like one really long season that spanned out for 3 with these injuries. It's just unreal. But I don't know about you guys. Like, I'm kind of numb to this stuff right now. The Reagor news, normally I would fly off the edge, but I'm numb to it. And one of the things about Jalen Reagor, I really like the kid. I really love his big play. Let me see. It's more of a watch for these injuries. I want to see their hearts. Yes, there's a rumor that Doug and Wentz don't like each other. I don't believe that at all, man. I've seen some reports about Carson and Doug, and dude, I don't. Here's the thing. Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz are tied to each other, man. They really are. It's Andy and McNabb. That was Carson is Doug's draft pick. It's a guy that Doug has went to bat for numerous times. I don't believe any of that. It's just like last year with the Carson Alshon stuff. I mean, it's who knows. A lot of these guys, especially in the media, need stories, so they kind of stretch this stuff. I mean, I'm sure not over yet, but it's almost laughable. It's only a few teams this year that's going to get through this. Yeah, it is. It is laughable with the injuries, man. It's all you can do. But back to Carson and Doug, I'm sure that Doug isn't happy with the way Carson's been playing. You know what I mean? Like, who would be? So they take that little thing and they blow it up. I saw a report how Wentz isn't listening to coaches. He's only doing what he wants to do. First off, as an Eagle fan, you can see through that BS because Carson's a guy that likes to roll out of the pocket. He likes to be mobile. The coaches want him to be a pocket passer, and that's exactly what he's been doing. And it hasn't been working. So if Carson's just doing his own thing, you would be seeing him taking off. You'd be seeing him rolling out. You'd be seeing him change plays way more than he is. So I don't believe it. Not through 2 games. But back to Reagor being hurt. Like I said, I like the kid. I like his the fact that he can make big plays. However, look, man, at what point, and again, it's so early in this kid's career. It's so early in the season. He was hurt twice during the offseason. He's hurt now. I mean, look, maybe because we've seen these injury-prone players so much, at what point does that, what we say with this guy, man? First it was with the shoulder, now it's the thumb. It's very frustrating. Birdman, this is coming from Philly news reporters. Look, Philly news reporters, man, a lot of them are, gosh, how do I say this? Because, I have some of them I'm actually cool with. But a lot of these Philly news guys, man, they really fish for stories. They bait the players. They make something where there's nothing. I mean, some of them are dead on. But look, you're gonna get, if this team goes 0-3, just wait till you see the reports that are come out. Just wait until you see that. So Reagor's out, like we said, guys. I've seen articles from Mike Kay saying that the Eagles should, and I like Mike Kay a lot, that the Eagles should maybe trade for a wide receiver. I mean, even with this injury, even with how thin they are, I don't think Stephen Joyce, what's going on, I don't think that it's top of the list of things that they need. Again, if you get Alshon Jeffrey back, now you've got Alshon, you've got Deshaun, you got Greg Ward, you got Hightower, you got Burnett. And then you got your 2 tight ends that are really good tight ends. Let's not forget that. Ertz has not been Ertz for 2 games. Now, could that be because of all the contract stuff? Maybe. Goddard has looked really good. If you get the Alshon Jeffrey back, I think we're fine. Call me crazy, but I think we'll be okay. I don't think we would need to trade for a wideout. Now, if anything, we need linebackers bad. Like this team, I can never remember a team that needs linebackers more than the Eagles do. They need linebackers bad. I mean, watching that game again, I always watch the game twice, just to see how bad Nate Gary was insane to me. So yeah, and then Fletcher Cox, his ab injury, it's just concerning because it's a guy that, and again, I'm going to talk about this from Bar 4133. This is a guy that has not done much, man, in the past couple years. He just not to warrant $100 million. We give Carson Wentz, and granted and warranted, we give Carson Wentz a lot of flack. The money he's making, the role he plays. Well, Fletcher Cox is a leader, supposed to be the best player on that defense, and he's not playing like it at all. It's time someone talks about that. I agree, Howie. It might be time to let Howie go. The drafts have been bad, and again, and this is another thing that people don't talk about. Birdman Cox would disappear, but a lot of people don't talk about this, and it needs to get more conversation. People laud Joe Douglas and talk about how great Joe Douglas is and that it was Joe Douglas who had a lot to do with that Super Bowl. Joe Douglas had a lot to do with some of these bad draft picks too. Let's not, at the end of the day, it's Howie that makes that final decision, but let's not forget about the Joe Douglas. You look at a guy like Clayton Thorson, quarterback, that they picked in the 5th round last year. That was a Joe Douglas pick. He's on the Jets practice squad right now. He got cut from the Cowboys. Horrible pick. This guy, Josh Adams, another Joe Douglas guy who's now playing for him. He is not, even though that wasn't a draft pick, that was a free agent pickup. But Joe Douglas had a lot of say in a lot of these players that they picked up. A lot. And as much as we give him credit for the good stuff, you got to give him credit for the bad stuff too. But yeah, I agree with everybody that's saying Howie. Howie's got to, look, Philadelphia, and maybe guys like Bazooka, man, this isn't a car side confession, but it should be, because I'm going to confess, I'm about to lose it with some of these teams. I'm really trying not to be the negative Philly fan. I'm a baseball fan. I'm a Philadelphia Philly fan. Bazooka Joe knows this. Just to see what they're going through. Matt Klentak, the ridiculous decisions he can make. Again, another video for another time. Howie Roseman, the Sixers. It is a lot. I really needed this Eagle team to be good or decent. 1-1, I'd be fine with that. The Padres look really good, Joe. The Padres actually have a squad down there in San Diego. It's unreal. Birdman utilized D-Jack enough. D-Jax has got to step up. He hasn't been utilized enough. I don't know if it's because Doug they don't want to get him hurt. Because, look, we all know, Deshaun is not a guy that normally plays all 16 games. And if any season, that's what they need. Play calls are boring. I agree. When the Eagles, Maniac Matt, what's going on? We need fresh eyes on this team, man. We need to make the most stupid picks, and it's just old. Yes. I agree with that completely. But yeah, the play calls are boring, man. And when they got this new coaching staff, Rich Scangarello, a good coach, even Marty Morningweg. And look, I can't, I just don't like Marty Morningweg. But he was down in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. You would think some of that knowledge would come over here. Not at all. I mean, it's the same offense as last year, guys. This RPO nonsense that was hot in 2017, it's not hot anymore. Okay? Defenses aren't fooled by it anymore. And they're definitely not fooled by the Eagles' RPO because until last week, the Eagles couldn't run the ball. Also, some practice notes, guys. Lane Johnson was limited. That's going to probably be all year. Just to, you don't want him to get hurt. But the offensive line looked good last week. That they need to keep it up. Miles Sanders just needs to not fumble. There are some positives, guys, but the Jalen Reagor news, it's disheartening. However, like I said, if Alshon Jeffrey, yeah, exactly, you can't use RPOs when you have a solid run game. If they can, Alshon, I know what a lot of guys are going to watch this and go, "Are you kidding me? Alshon's old. He's always injured. He doesn't get along with the quarterback." Apparently, and if you're going to believe bad news reports, then you should believe some of the good ones too. Alshon and Carson are good now, apparently. And Alshon's a proven player, man. He's a proven player. He looks older than he is. He's not that old. Again, I just think, and he makes the whole offense better. He just does. He really does. It's another vet wide receiver out there. And it helped. You look at this Eagles wide receiver core, super young. Yeah, Alshon definitely can. The wide receiver core is super young. Hightower, Reagor, even Ward to a point. These are all young guys. You need the guidance of an Alshon, of a Deshaun Jackson. You get those two out there, I'm telling you, it's going to make Deshaun better. It's going to make Carson better. The tight ends, it's going to make everything better, okay? As much as we're going to miss Reagor's speed, his big playability, the fact that they could, probably screen the ball to him. You're not going to see many Alshon Jeffrey screens. Alshon Birdman, he might get here too late. Again, thanks everybody for watching right now. We're live. Probably not going to be live for too much longer. Again, man, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit it. Hit the like button, the whole super chat. You guys know the whole thing. I'm not going to tell you guys. But yeah, I think Alshon Jeffrey might get if he doesn't get here within the next 2 weeks, if he's not ready within the next 2 weeks, man, I just don't know. But you're going to face a really good 49ers defense in a week. Again, the Bengals, don't sleep on them. Man, if you got to move him along, you got to. I don't understand how reports are he could be ready by September, and then there's got to be something there. What do you think we need to do to get back on the right page? Where's the best receiver? Where has he been? Okay, what do we need to do to get back on the same page, on the right page? I'm gonna end with this. Okay, so here's what the Eagles need to do, guys. It's very simple. Okay, hear me out. I know no team in the NFL has had a preseason. No team in the NFL has had a full offseason. However, the Philadelphia Eagles have a lot of new pieces in a lot of places. Secondary, brand new. A couple new pieces on the defensive line. New offensive staff, new DB coach, new wide receiver coach. Offensive line has changed, 4 times now at least? 4 different kinds of offensive lines. What the Eagles need to do, they need to bring it all together. The line has to be consistent. The coaches need to get on the same page. Let those 2 weeks be their preseason, okay? Jim Schwartz has got to find a defensive scheme that works, and it's got to happen now. Basically, to get back on the same page, is they got to get on the same page. That's all it is. Get back your veteran wide receiver. Take some pressure off of Carson Wentz by running the ball more. That's a big one. You run the ball more. Your teams are going to start to buy into the play action, which Eagles like doing a lot. Start taking more chances on offense. Get Jalen Hurts involved somehow. Oh, I know it sounds like a lot, but that's what needs to happen. And guys just need to do their jobs. The talent is there. Fletcher Cox needs to do his job. Malik Jackson. Hargrave only played 39% of the snaps last game. He should have more wind this coming game. He needs to be the Hargrave from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Slay has been shut down. He is, in a good way, he's been a shutdown corner. He's completely shut down McLaurin and Woods the past 2 weeks. The rest of the DBs, Avonte Maddox has got to get somewhere close to that level. If not, find someone else to put there. Trevor Williams, maybe give him a shot. Again, Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman have got to start looking at these guys and going, if you're not doing the job, I'm going to replace you. You can't wait for eight weeks like you did with Matt Collins last year. Corey Clement, you're not doing anything with this team. I got a young guy like Elijah Holyfield that is hungry to come in. What are you losing? You're not losing anything because Corey Clement has not been good in pass protection. You know, I talked about Whiteside. You're not going to do the job? I got another wide receiver that's hungry out here that can do it. Deontay Burnett. That's what's got to happen for this Eagle team to start getting back on the same page. Everybody has to do their jobs and kind of take these 2 games as going, okay, guys, that was our preseason. Doug used to say it all the time. Now we're 0-0 right now. 1 week at a time. 1 week at a time. Enough is enough. The city is going to explode if you lose to the Bengals next week. Not because of the Bengals, because I think the Bengals are not a bad team, but because now you're 0-3. And Carson has got to, and I'm going to use this quote. You're going to hear it again in another video. Adversity tells a man about himself. It tells a man a lot about himself. Everything, Carson, you're dealing with adversity again. Okay? You went through it last year. It's back, and it's probably going to be that way for the rest of your career in Philly until you win a Super Bowl because somebody did it while you were here. You have got to let all the background noise out of your head. You got to lead this team. And you got to show why they're paying you $140 million. Do the job, be the guy, cut out the mistakes, and get just be confident again. Maybe Doug's being too much for players, coach. I don't know. Maybe he is. I mean, I don't know. Again, there's so many different factors, man, in this. There's so many different factors. But it comes down to your leaders, it comes down to your playmakers making plays and doing their jobs. Starts with Carson on offense, Fletcher Cox on defense. You can have all the bad calls in the world. The coach, the play calls could be absolutely horrible, but if you execute them, you're doing your part. This team's not executing at all. Defense, not tackling. I mean, you're seeing guys, you're seeing linebackers that can't tackle. You're seeing corners that play so far off the wide receiver. You're seeing wide receivers that at some point that, the Eagles haven't had many drops this year, but you're seeing wide receivers that aren't running the right routes, a quarterback that's overflowing, underthrowing, making bad decisions that he never has before, a star tight end that looks like he's lost, an offensive line trying to find its way. It all starts, you need a get-right game. Sunday can be that get-right game. It's starting off bad this week because you're dealing with now Reagor's out. You're dealing with now Fletch having an injury. You're dealing with where you're going to put Matt Pryor. But the defense has to get more violent. Yes, and Carson has to lead the troops. Exactly. Perfectly said, Maniac Matt. That's it. All right, guys. I could talk to you guys for hours about this stuff. I got to get this workout in. It's getting dark. Stay tuned to the channel for some more videos. Again, I've got a final word on the Rams game coming up. It's actually being edited as we speak. And any other news and notes, guys, I will let you guys know. Probably see more videos like this as the season goes on. Thanks, everybody, for joining. If you haven't, I'm going to just say it one more time. I hate to be annoying. Like, share, subscribe. Guys, it means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. And, man, we're on this ride together. Feels good to have some people that can feel my pain. And hopefully, as far as pain goes, the Eagles don't see too much more of it the rest of the week because I don't know how many more injuries we can take. Thanks again, guys. I will see you later. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Go Birds.